Hey, welcome to this week's G.I. Joe toy review, which is week number 3 in Viper Month Part 2, where we will be reviewing the Heat Viper. Mr. I wear rockets on my ankles. Viper. Yeah, Heat Viper. But before we get to Heat Viper, let's take a look at our shout outs of the week. First, 4-Color Fantasies at 80 Weems Lane here in Winchester, Virginia, where you can get all your comic book needs from Finch's Classic Comics to current comics and all that good jazz. So go ahead and check them out. They got great editions of every comic you could look for. And then head on down Loudon Street, to 41 South Loudon Street here in Winchester at the beautiful Walking Mall, and stop in at Back to the Media, which you can find on the website of www.backtothemedia.com. You can also find them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or email them at backtothemedia@gmail.com. You can find all your video game needs from Atari all the way up to the current stuff, as well as you can get comics and movies and all the short and music and vinyl records and toys. So go ahead and check them out. And there's a big advertisement for review them on Google on the back of the business card. And also, while you're in the area, stop on down to Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles at 115 South Loudon Street here in Winchester, Virginia, just on the other side of the splash pad. And you can email them at timetravelertoys@gmail.com and find them on Facebook. Go in and see Charles and Jack, and you can see them, and you can get any kind of collectible toy and video and comic books and a lot of stuff there that you can get. So go ahead and check them out. So let's take a look at our feature of the week, Mr. Heat Viper. And first off, by starting off with his file card, Cobra Anti-Tank Specialist. Let me get out the light. It says Cobra Anti-Tank Specialist, codename Heat Viper, file name Various, primary military specialty anti-armor combat, secondary military specialty infantry, and his birthplace is Various. And the card contents read, I'm trying to get where I can get the best look at it. It says Cobra Anti-Tank Specialists are equipped with the latest. Here, a second. Make sure I get a good light for reading the rest of this. It says, Cobra Anti-Tank Specialists are equipped with the latest in hydrokinetic, high-speed, wire-guided, armor-piercing technology. The harness-supported launch tube has active heat vents and an infrared suppressor that cut down detection hazards. The sighting system is fiber optically linked to the operator's helmet, which contains rangefinders, trajectory computers, and image intensifiers. This allows the Heat Viper to fire his weapon from behind cover under adverse visibility conditions. This is again third week in a row where we get an accessory file card that talks more about what his job is and what his equipment is in his uniform, more than we do about the character. But that's okay, But let's take a look at his accessories. First, he comes with his G.I. Joe figure stand, codename Heat Viper on the front, which I've always said, I could do without the the code name part on there. He's got his upraised Cobra logo, and being that this is a 50th anniversary figure, it does have the logo, top of the logo painted in gold. He comes with 6 removable rockets or bombs that go attached to these little pegs right there on his that's wrapped around his ankle. which I think is kind of dumb. You know, some people hold them like all the way around. You know, so basically if he makes them all, he could just fly them in the air like that. But I kind of like have him down, like, you know, straight it down. But he's got 6 of them that go right there on his ankles. And these are what the bombs look like. Get a more up close look at them. They're pretty tiny. They're very losable, you know, if you're not careful. And he also comes with a 3-piece backpack, and anti-tank armor bazooka type of weapon with the hose that connects to them. This is the hose that connects them both. You put this end right there on the end of the gun, or end of the bazooka, and this end attaches to the peg right there at the bottom of the backpack, right here. And this is the backpack with the fuel jets and canisters and the exhaust pipes right there, which is a nice little touch, but it's kind of what the hell kind of thing. You know, this is a unique individual backpack, which is pretty awesome. You know, but it's not to be desired, but it's still an awesome thing. And the bazooka, very high sci-fi-ish looking bazooka. A lot of details to it. You know, this would probably be very hard to carry. You know, but H.E.A.T Vipers can do it. And that's pretty much it for his accessories. So let's take a look at H.E.A.T Viper himself. Pretty nice looking figure. Of course, he's primarily yellow, or orange is yellow, or however you want to look at it. Very different from the vintage look, because with the vintage look, he only had that part of his mask open. But this one, he also has this part. You know, and the helmet kind of looks like very Star Trek-ish, or Star Wars-ish. And that whole yellow trajectory from his helmet goes all the way down his uniform with black accents, black gloves, a shoulder mount with a sidearm right there, molded on right there. You know, which I don't understand why why it's like that, but it's Hasbro for you. And the 2 little straps on his legs, his black boots with his little ankle rocket things. Just take a look at his articulation, where his head does rotate a full 360. No, or he does have up and down motions. His arm can lift to here. Yeah, and he does have the ab crunch feature. His arms can rotate the full 360. Does bend at the elbow at a perfect 90-degree angle. Rotates a full 360. He does rotate at the wrist. Typical T-hook at the ankle, at the legs, which you can do a full split. Can raise his leg to about there. He does have the double knee joint. Well, that's okay. Took off one of his rockets, which is okay on that leg, so he can show his ankle pivot, as well as the 360 motion in his ankle that he has. You know, so basic typical articulation or for H.E.A.T Viper that we've come to see on these G.I. Joe figures. So let's go ahead and take a look at H.E.A.T Viper all geared up. And here's H.E.A.T Viper all geared up, ready to go. And he's a very cool looking figure, even though I do have a discrepancy on the placement of the rockets. I feel like they could have been more suited in like an extra backpack or so, put it on, molded on the backpack, or have a different placement other than his ankles right there. But still a cool looking figure. You know, very futuristic. You know, some people like the whole Star Wars kind of theme. you know, but I will rank him as a middle tier because, like I said, I don't like the rocket placements. You know, the weapons too futuristic, the uniforms kind of too futuristic, but you know, it's still pretty cool looking figure. So he will be ranked as middle tier. Um, he first he has a video of he was in the Deke animated series toward the end of the first season of the Deke animated series. Um, he had a issue 126 as an appearance in the Marvel run, I do believe. If I'm wrong, correct me. You can see the vintage version of him in HCC 788. There's a review of the vintage version. There's several other reviewers that do the 50th anniversary. Joe Fan 82, I believe, does one. Sanitarium Productions does one. Um, and a few others, so go ahead and check them out. That's been my review of the H.E.A.T Viper. So tune in next week as I do the original Viper, Televiper. So tune in next week to see Televiper. This has been H.E.A.T Viper signing out, and as always, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. See you in the next one.